Okay, we finna go live in a few minutes. So just shoot them in the just
I got you. I got you. I got
yo
you.
Ram, cut your volume down a little bit over to the left. You got it. It's all the way at 150. All right, thank you.
All right, peace.
Peace. It's all the way at 150. Pull it back to like 100.
I did.
That's where that echo be coming from. And make sure mine's pulled down about that same level between 85 and 100 is usually good.
It's at 100 right now.
Mine is too.
Yeah.
The only thing you can run, the only thing you really need to run at max is the when you screen share. Hold on, Alani calling me.
20 weeks. What?
Gematria. He talking about what time now? Download. Hi, everybody. We got 3 channels going right now. Well, 3 different content creators going right now. So y'all just have to give us a minute to get everything straightened out. And plus, my daughter's texting me. Why is it always when I go live? I saw some of it, Breezer, but I've been busy. Redemption. Audio, Niqua, my boo, Patrick, Darnell. So y'all should see everybody because it's rolling on the screen. Prayed up. 17 will be here shortly. Remy, you there?
Yeah.
You gonna start?
What happened? Hold on, I'm trying to do something real quick.
I say you.
The live been started.
I know. I'm saying, are you gonna start? You ain't saying nothing, bro.
Oh yeah, I'm trying to type this thing in the chat real quick.
Throwing up thumbnails, pulling up channels, making sure everything running straight.
Carolina Kid, what's up?
Carolina Kid. Downloads. Okay, got that done. 45 got secret stash all over his property. Yeah, Redemption did it pretty much done. Seems like. So, if you have not heard already, Diddy, also dubbed by X today as the Diddler, the Diddler's homes have been raided in Miami and Los Angeles. Holmby Homes. Is that how you say it?
You're going to jail now.
But they
I
are
told y'all like all year I've been telling y'all this shit that this was coming.
Sean and King Combs are in custody.
You said what?
Sean and King Combs are in custody.
You sent me something, Carolina Kid?
Yeah, he said he paid for an hour and then his wife called.
Oh, I was gonna say because I ain't get anything. Oh, she called you while you was in the middle of it.
I kind of sprung this on 17. So for those of y'all over there, y'all just bear with us. 17 coming though. 2 cents. Yeah, ain't no get. Look, he is no longer known as Diddy. X, in its infinite wisdom, has deemed him the diddler. It is trending now. Homeland Security and other federal agencies are raiding Los Angeles and Miami residences of Sean the Diddler Combs. Hey, Cupcake. So there's not a lot of news yet, but what we do know is that Justin and King Combs, which are the two sons, are currently in custody. Hold on. Did I send it? I
Well,
did not. So let me pull this
yeah.
up on my phone.
If you still sending it, thank you ahead of time. Appreciate that.
Yes, human trafficking. Okay, here we go. Exhibit A. Dun, dun, dun. Okay, I'm going to make that a little bigger if I can. Ugh, why did they forever change stuff?
Wait till 10 minutes.
Yes. Oh, 10 minutes.
Yeah, give it 10 minutes.
I've been bad. Renegade.
Tell me this, tell me that. You go take that.
I was talking to Jaded and I was like, yo, him dancing around in that video after Biggie passed didn't never sit right with me. And it didn't. While we wait for this 10-minute intermission to be up, y'all go ahead and hit that like, share it out, because I know everybody want to know what's going on right now. And we're going to do our best to find out together.
You're going to jail now.
You've been waiting to say that.
Yep, I've been stopping telling y'all all year. That nigga
I've been saying Diddy going down.
Jay-Z next.
More than likely.
Oh, you niggas all going to jail.
Did Jade send me a thumbnail too? Well, I'll just use the one you're using. Oh, okay. Thank you. Not gonna miss joke. Yeah, I ain't finna miss either one of them. Who gonna miss? Put a one in the chat if you gonna miss Diddy spinning around in people videos, because that's the only dance move he know. When he stick his arms out and spin around in a circle. Who gonna miss Diddy? Put a one in the chat if you gonna miss him. Right, Kevin. Cupcake. Right, Redemption. And then, but wait, it originated in Manhattan. So are they saving the best for last? Because didn't somebody say earlier that's where he flew in from? Mm-hmm. Oh, wait, that's the wrong one.
I'm sitting here talking on my mic muted. Like, what you say he flew in for?
Shane. He just flew into Miami, they say, this weekend.
Oh, shit. Well, we starting off with an extra hour when Carolina kids still getting it. So we at 3.
Right, Darnell.
You think this is
Right, Cupcake.
right?
Shame done came out of hiding for the Diddy
Yeah,
stream.
I ain't seen Shame in a minute.
DG Kevin.
You can go ahead and put it started now.
Okay. Let me go to TMZ. Oh, Google is so helpful these days. Okay, so I'm finna screen share. You're gonna have to allow it though, because I'm on my channel right now. So I don't have my dashboard. There you go. Okay, did it? Got raided.
No, I was talking to So Jeans.
Hey. P. Diddy's Los Angeles home raided by the feds.
You're going to jail now.
So we have and you see that says, what do you have the volumes at?
Well, mine is at 91.
And what's mine at?
99.
Bump it down to about 85. If I knew exactly where on my laptop this freaking mic was, we might not have these problems. This is so much better when I have the Yeti
I
attached.
kept telling y'all I did them jewels like a year ago too. There's a whole channel.
And notice, I don't know how good y'all can see this, but these people with the bulletproof vest on, this is not the FBI. This says HSI, which would be Homeland Security Investigation.
He said, I'll make it.
And this one, Ego.
Is that his son?
That's King look like by that curly hair, and that's Justin. And this is also HSI. HSI, HSI, HSI. He got a chain. Look at this saw. That's one of those door saws that you saw open concrete with and shit. You know what I'm talking about?
Uh-huh.
Do you see it?
Yeah, they had to be prepared for anything.
They went in with guns drawn, and I don't mean no pew pew.
And they handcuffed his kids too. I heard the son was involved in one of them.
Mm-hmm. Here we have more HSI from another angle. Justin and King again. But where is the article? Down below. Okay, so let's start because this is the photo gallery. Okay. The scene at Diddy's Los Angeles area home appears to be winding down, and a new photo obtained, and this is at 2:52 Pacific time. So that means an hour ago. It is 7 on the East Coast. So about 4 p.m. Eastern time is when this came out. The scene at Diddy's Los Angeles area home appears to be winding down, and a new photo obtained by TMZ shows just how bustling it was with law enforcement activity. Check out this picture, which shows scores of agents and officers on the ground. Safe to say they went in, locked and loaded. Time will tell what, if anything, they've found. TMZ has obtained extra footage of cops on the scene near Diddy's LA area home, and it looks like officers have shut down the entire area with helicopters swarming up above. There are at least 2 choppers in the area and a lot of police on the ground. Yes. I mean, because they can't really, it ain't like they can go inside. Hey, Yemi. TMZ and them gonna be sitting out there all night waiting to see if they carry anything out their house.
Did they even find it yet? Did they even find it yet?
We don't know what they found. They could still be tagging and bagging stuff in the house. A rep for Homeland Security Investigations earlier today, Homeland Security Investigations, New York executed law enforcement actions as part of an ongoing investigation with assistance from HSI Los Angeles, HSI Miami, and our local law enforcement partners. We will provide further information as it becomes available. So they raided his New York home as well?
Sound like it to me.
Asking for a friend. Asking for us. Shit. Shabo.
Guilty by association.
Breaking news right now, we're following the Department of Homeland Security conducting a raid at a house in Holmby Field Hills, believed to be connected to Sean Combs, the rapper and music executive, perhaps being linked to a sex trafficking investigation.
He got some shots of a few people coming out of the home. Those people have been detained. Now we're trying to still connect the dots. We do have some sources on scene here that we're
17 is coming. I added him in to this one because I knew he was going to talk about it. So y'all just going to have to bear with us till he get here. Y'all will know because the screen will start glowing. Let's continue. I know he wouldn't have.
We're getting this information from. We were actually the first ones here with about 30 different law enforcement vehicles at least. There are 3 Bearcats on scene here. This just all unfolded, Sandra, I would say, less than 10 minutes ago. We got here even before the crime scene tape came up. So we're just down the hill. If you look up this street where Tony is right now to the right, you'll see one of those Bearcats and law enforcement. And on the other side of those bushes, basically, is that home that is registered to Bad Boy Films, which is part of Bad Boy Entertainment. And the home in particular is registered not only to Bad Boy Films, but to one of P. Diddy's daughters.
We did see a bunch of investigators going in, making the raid in there and clearing that as well. So they're going to do a thorough search as they conduct this raid. And so far, Stu, from what I understand and from Haley on the ground there, they
say that again.
DG just sent something. I sent the happy sent.
I got it. Thank you.
Carolina Kid, did you send yours? Because I didn't get that.
I think he was in the process of sending when his wife called. And he had to run off and do whatever she needed him to do.
Yeah. R. Kelly sold Diddy out. Probably.
Could be. Ain't no telling. Hey, for those of you on my channel that want to see the thumbnail, go ahead and refresh yourself. Thank you, Jaded, master of thumbnails. Minister of memes. I ain't got my teeth in. You know what? I ain't with y'all.
They have not seen, and we have not seen from our vantage point, any sign.
Look, they got tactical gear on. What kind of gun is that? Remy, you the gun guy, not me. Even though,
I can't even see
people gonna hold on, let me make it bigger.
Oh, you said that was the earlier live.
Oh,
yeah. Of Sean Combs, the 54-year-old who is believed to be the property owner.
No, I was telling our Carolina Kid. I got that the earlier live. That's why we did that extra hour.
4-year-old who is believed to be the property owner of this. They are gathering information, talking to the folks who are there on the property as
Okay, 1, 2, 3, 4. They ain't cuffed. He cuffed. She ain't cuffed. They're not cuffed. They cuffed. And whoever this is.
You said,
as well
"Come
as
on down."
going through the
You're a Navy SEAL. Jada stupid shit.
No, I was a Navy IT baby. We don't. If they get to
Right.
us, shit, you might as well put your head between your legs and kiss your ass goodbye because we done. If they get
Hey,
past
Shane,
everybody else and get to where I'm at, we done. We toast.
I'm saying the same thing, Shane. I can't wait. I cannot fucking wait.
Like, I know how to use a gun. Don't get me wrong, but I'm not a gun fanatic that can tell you, oh, that's the AK-47 extended clip, da 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 Wazay Scoop. But we wasn't allowed to carry around pieces where we worked at. Fuck around and the piece go off and we be done fucked some shit up. But let's continue.
home, it wasn't as heightened as we saw just 10 minutes ago when they actually got onto the property.
Well, definitely a little bit more relaxed as far as the investigators that you see right there. And now we're getting more of a count. You can see that there's 4, maybe 5 people down there, 6.
Besides, Jaded, I thought you knew me better than that. I'm a knife kind of girl.
Total that they have removed from the home. A couple of them still in cuffs.
We don't know what exactly they're looking for, who they're looking for, but again, this could possibly be linked to a sex trafficking investigation involving rapper Sean Combs, the music executive. But as you heard from Haley right there, she believes, and she's been hearing, that we do not think that Sean.
Yes,
That's that bullshit the news be doing. You said we don't know what it is, and then you insinuate something. You know, people
Well,
take
listen
that.
to her again. Yeah, because they don't know, but these are the things that are out there that it could possibly be. Let me reword it for her.
Yeah, but let's say you
Out
you
of
you the suspect.
out of his open
You already making people
lawsuits.
make a judgment before they even know what's going on.
Well, what they did, because this is the video part of it. It's the article that goes with it. They tap somebody from Homeland Security. They can only tell you so much right now without getting in trouble. So they can't tell you specifics, but they can say, well, it could be this. And of course, the people don't want to wait for information, so they'll take this. But listen to what she said again.
Right there. She believes, and she's been hearing, that we do not think that Sean Combs is on that property at home right now. He may be in New York as this raid is being conducted. But we do know from our reporting that over the course of the year already, just as early as March this year, there have been several lawsuits filed against Sean Combs.
It is
Pause it
March.
real quick. Prince Williams, I've been talking about Umar for the past like 3 days. So look.
This is what happens when you don't actually watch the lives.
Yeah,
You just saw he was live and was like, oh, he's not talking about Pharaoh.
Yeah, that's your quickest way to troll heaven.
We're going to have to make that a song. Sending you to troll heaven. Shame, shame, shame.
So clearly this could be part of it. We are not sure at this point.
Hey, ¿te la estás comiendo?
Ain't Diddy. Is it? No, this ain't Diddy. California man arrested after carrying around. What? Do you see that title, bro? Right here. Remy. He must have had to step away. That says California man arrested after carrying around biting severed human leg. But back to Diddy. 1:38 p.m. Pacific Time, a rep for Homeland Security Investigations. Earlier today, Homeland Security Investigations New York executed law
Oh,
enforcement
my bad, my
actions
bad.
as part.
I'm using the mic.
I thought you had walked out.
It's a thing that they're doing outside.
Yo, hold on real quick.
Hey, Eternity. Valor. Hey, love. Jaded. Yes, it's true, Valor. The
All right, go ahead.
Homeland Security investigations raided Diddy's LA and Miami homes. Okay. We will provide further information as it becomes available. 129. Law enforcement sources tell TMZ this case is being handled out of the South District of New York. Report says this appears to be tied to sex trafficking allegations, which have been levied against Diddy in the recent months from different plaintiffs. And of course, they had to point out which one was king and which
Oh, he
one
was
was
trying to
Justin.
leave the U.S.?
No, look at it again. Look at the picture.
No, I'm reading what the comment says. They said they grounded his plane trying to leave the U.S.
Oh, Diddy. I thought you was talking about what Jaded put in the chat. For real? Oh, Lord. It's about to go down. He was trying to get the Bali with Russell, somebody said. Fox 11 has posted video that appears to show several individuals in handcuffs near the property, and a couple of them appear to be Diddy's sons, Justin and King Kong. See, they say stuff like that. They have to cloak it in ambiguousness in order to not get fired. Dang, he left the kids there and jumped on the jet. That's some BS. Ooh.
That nigga rolled out on his own killer.
That is so far past wrong. It don't make no sense. Hey, William. If I missed anybody, I apologize. OMG. He left the babies and tried to. They got you too, dummy. TMZ has obtained additional footage that shows federal agents rolling up to Diddy's via water. The video shows armed agents standing on a boat, and they appear to be armed. Did TMZ let AI write this? Did nobody proofread, spell check, nothing?
Did he go and tell on everybody? He probably is. He probably is.
Diddy is in the crosshairs
He's
of law
Daisy at the
enforcement
top of the list.
on both coasts of America as federal agents have descended on his Beverly Hills home. And there they go, raiding the mansion.
Breaking news right now. We're following the Department of Homeland Security conducting a raid at a house.
We already watched that one. Law enforcement sources tell TMZ that agents for Homeland Security are in the middle of raiding his properties. There are helicopters overhead, and local law enforcement is also present, although we're told Homeland Security is the lead agency. Now, hold on a second while I go to my history. And I got to go further than that.
Right.
Say what now?
No, I was reading Carolina Kid.
What'd he say?
He said, Diddley been diddling over the years since he got caught. I would have took my million.
Okay, here we go. CNBC. Hold on, I'm finna. Bloop. Bloop. Okay, so CNBC says feds raid Sean Combs' homes in LA and Miami as part of criminal probe in New York. Okay, so that's always the bullet points, and some people just read those and keep it kicking. But federal agents raided homes owned by hip-hop mogul Sean Combs in Los Angeles and Miami as part of a criminal probe based in New York, NBC News reported, citing sources. U.S. Department of Homeland Security agents who raided Combs' properties were authorized to search them by warrants issued in Manhattan federal court months after a series of lawsuits accused Combs of serious sexual misconduct, law enforcement sources said. Phones were seized from the 54-year-old Combs in Miami before he was scheduled to leave for a trip to the Bahamas, according to NBC. Oh, they took his phones. A source familiar with the situation told NBC that 3 women and 1 man have been interviewed in New York by federal authorities in connection to a probe involving possible sex trafficking, sexual assault, the solicitation and distribution of illegals, and firearms related to Combs, who is also known as Diddy, Puff Daddy, and P. Diddy, and can I also add the Diddler. Interviews with 3 more women identified as Jane Does are scheduled. Earlier today, Homeland Security Investigations New York executed law enforcement actions as part of an ongoing investigation with assistance from HSI Los Angeles, HSI Miami, and our local law enforcement partners, Homeland Security said in a statement to NBC4 Los Angeles. Benjamin Brofman, a New York attorney who has represented Combs, did not immediately respond to CNBC's request for comment. Combs has denied the civil allegations against him. How'd you get in touch with him? Because they seized his phone. The raids come a month after a music producer named Rodney Lee Rod Jones filed a lawsuit in Manhattan federal court claiming that Combs sexually harassed, drugged, and threatened him while he was living and traveling with Combs. Tyrone Blackburn, a lawyer for Jones, and 2 women who have sued Combs, in a statement to NBC News said, "We can appreciate today's raids by the federal government. However, today's events are not going to prevent nor delay my client's pending and forthcoming actions for justice and resolution from the Combs RICO enterprise." Douglas Wigdor, a New York lawyer for singer Cassandra Ventura, who quickly settled a bombshell lawsuit against Combs last fall, accusing him of R-wording and trafficking her, said he was also representing a Jane Doe in the federal probe of Combs. "We will always support law enforcement when it seeks to prosecute those that have violated the law," Wigdor said in a statement. "Hopefully this is the beginning of a process that will hold Mr. Combs responsible for his depraved conduct," the lawyer said. Combs was sued in Manhattan federal court by Ventura, who is known as Cassie. Hold on, let me get a drink right here because mouth getting kind of dry. CS. Oh, Kim Porter. Yeah, somebody said that there was a mysterious laptop. Once again, there's always a mysterious laptop when somebody passes under mysterious circumstances. And this mysterious laptop is supposedly in somebody's possession, and they turned it over to a lawyer. How true that is, I don't know. Okay, there it goes. Yeah.
And when that Cassie shit happened, I was like, watch, that's the floodgates.
Cassie's suit said that in 2005, when she was 19 years old, Combs lured her into a professional relationship by signing her to his label, Bad Boy Records, and within several years induced her into an intimate relationship and introduced her to a lifestyle of excessive drinky and abuse, and require her to procure illicit prescriptions to satisfy his own addiction. Say what? Diddy steal another laptop. Oh, Lord. The suit claims Combs R-worded Cassie in her home after she tried to leave him, blew up another man's car after learning of his romantic interest in her and often beat and kicked her. And they talking about Kid Cudi when they say blew up the car. Cassie and Combs agreed to settle her complaint for undisclosed terms just a day after she filed the suit. But after that settlement, two other women, Lisa Gardner and Joey Dickerson Neal, in lawsuits of their own, accused Combs of assaulting them. A fourth woman, identified in court filings as Jane Doe, sued Combs in December, accusing him of ganging up on her with Aaron Hall 2 decades ago when she was 17 years old. With the former president of his record label and another person.
Aaron Hall say something like that though? Oh, that didn't
Mm-hmm. Blackburn, the attorney, represents Gardner and Jane Doe. A lawyer for Dickerson, Neal, declined to comment to NBC News about the raids on Combs' homes.
Somebody check on Thigh Sign to make sure he not drunk.
Let's see what's going on. Is anything going on? Hey, Larry. Oh, I ain't signing in. No, sir. No, ma'am. Back to YouTube I go.
Hold on, I got some breaking news.
Diddy rated. Okay, so Cheeto on right now.
Oh wait, took you 6 years.
Shadow. Mm-hmm.
More and more information about it here on Live Now from Fox, as Diddy's home in Los Angeles has been raided by Homeland Security. Of course, we're learning more information. I do want to take you back out here before we get out to our Fox 11 team in their coverage, because some of this video is very dramatic and we don't know a ton of information right now about this here on Live Now from Fox. Of course, breaking news of this, as you can see, potentially law enforcement officials and other officials just outside of a gate, this on a street near the Beverly Hills area. Of course, we're following it very closely on Live Now from Fox. And of course, we're watching this. We didn't know exactly what we were seeing at the time. So this is just a little bit ago, as you can see a crowbar to get through this gate initially, as well, the long guns and a multitude of people. As you see, they'll zoom out a little bit just to see the amount of force they are using to get inside this home. And of course, the complex in which this home sits.
What train is Shadow?
One for the American rapper and producer. You can see them checking inside of a vehicle. We don't know exactly what is involved, if Diddy's even there. We don't know a ton of information about this.
But you see all those weapons they got?
Coming in of the Los Angeles home there, raided by Homeland Security. Some of those images there on the backs of them. We also saw other images. I want to kind of quickly move to what else we saw as people were led away, potentially in custody. Don't know who these individuals are, if they're related to Diddy in any way. But you can see them, a dramatic video from our Sky Fox team there in Los Angeles as we continue to cover this. And our Fox
Eternity said other sites have the plane tracked as it was headed to Cape Verde, Africa, where there is no extradition, but they stopped it. Quite sure there will be reporting soon, as it happened not too long ago. Okay, yeah.
And they thought he was getting away.
Shadow. Mm-hmm. He left his kids there. I still can't get over that part. You ditch your children there and run off. You coward, you yelly belly bastard.
One of them ain't his.
Yeah, that's Al B. Sure child. Al B. Sure, Christopher Williams. I get them two mixed up.
I thought Al B. Sure was gay. I ain't gonna lie.
Plane tracker sites on YouTube. Okay, well, good. I'm glad they thwarted his dastardly plot.
Yeah, that's crazy. That show you how fucked up he is mentally.
Richard Simmons over there in Bali sipping a Mai Tai going, ain't
And
that
that's why,
something? I told him to leave.
yeah, that's why his kids look all dumbfounded.
11 team is there on the ground right now as we speak. Let's take you out to some of their coverage here as we follow this developing story out of Los Angeles.
And then detain those 3 people inside. We haven't seen any signs of P. Diddy himself. Again, we're hearing that he is possibly in New York, but several people inside the home that will surely be questioned.
Hold on,
very chaotic scene when all of this happened. Lots of neighbors wondering what's going on, of course, and we'll keep you updated. But it's definitely going to be quite a scene here.
Send it to me in the back chat.
Yeah, when you see this number of law enforcement agencies coming together, making this type of raid to such a big, high-profile mansion like this, in a neighborhood like this as well, this is very thought out, methodical, planned out for days. So they base this on a number of information gathering that they've received and evidence or what they're looking for. So clearly this is not something they do lightly. They really go through the process of making sure that everything is ready before they conduct a raid like this. So yes, this took a lot of planning for all these multiple agencies to come together to actually now conduct a type of raid like this, as you're seeing right now with this street. Also,
I can imagine that shit. They probably woke up, door busted in. That's crazy. They look like they don't know.
I told y'all he was coming. Y'all doubted me, dog. Y'all doubted me. They're going to be searching. Yes, 2 cents.
Africa.
It's already live, sweetheart.
Shut down for the time being, because Haley, you could see the perimeter has been set up in that neighborhood to keep just the public back from the work that's being done. And there you have the shot from Skyfox. Again, these heavily armed vehicles right next to all those luxury cars. You already see a Porsche, a G-Wagon, so many luxury cars right there on that property. So it is a very differing juxtaposition there of what you're seeing. But look at this mansion here in Holmby Hills where the raid is taking place. Again, we don't know what exactly they're looking for, who they're looking for, but again, this could possibly be linked to a sex trafficking investigation involving rapper Sean Combs, the music executive. But as you heard from Haley right there, she believes, and she's been hearing, that we do not think that Sean Combs is on that property at home right now. He may be in New York as this raid is being conducted. But we do know from our reporting that over the course of the year already, just as early as March this year, there have been...
Eternity said the word in the backyard is the plane in. Diddy is in custody, but it hasn't been reported yet.
Okay, hold on. I'm giving you a wrench, Eternity. Grab the link and drop it in the chat. Thank you.
What?
17 should be coming up. So keep an eye on it because you know I can't see it.
Several lawsuits filed against Sean Combs. So clearly this could be part of it. We are not sure at this point. But again, Stu, if you could hear me, what are you seeing right now in terms of your point of view?
Well, again, we saw some of those officers right there at that one of the back houses. They did bring a ladder in. They actually went out and brought that ladder into that property. You see it right there, and then they brought another ladder. So there's probably something inside this building right here that they are very curious about, or they were, like you said, it was very well planned. They knew they were going to need that ladder to make access. So there is something inside this piece of property in the back as one of the back houses that they have been very interested in getting at. We haven't seen them bring anything out. At one point, there's
Homeland Security brought a ladder with them. They serious. And I can tell by your name, Hope, that you think you woke. We are just here reporting the news. Don't start that, please. I'm not in the mood today. Thank you very much and have a wonderful day.
What's going on? My bad. I stepped off from my news.
Ain't nothing going on. But I'm just saying, they bought a ladder with them.
I can say, and when I keep saying that we didn't see them bring anything out, we did see them bring out what looked like a big plastic bin, but I don't know if that was something that they had brought in with
17.
them as far as possible tools that they needed. But that was the only thing that seemed to be out of the ordinary, and that did come out of that back house that we just showed you. This is that front area that you were just talking about moments ago. We watched as those Bearcats made their way up Mapleton to actually do this raid. And then we watched as officers were getting through one of the pedestrian gates over here on this side of the property. Once they had breached that, well, then they opened those gates up right there, and those armored vehicles rolled in. They were very quick in whatever they needed to do to seize that home. That garage door went up very quickly, and it doesn't seem to be actually a garage inside there. We've been trying to peek in with the camera every now and then. It looks like there's a large table inside there, so that might have been an office area or some sort of staging area, and that's where we believe that most of the people that we see in custody came from. At least that's where we watched them exit this building with the officers.
That's 17?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Just making sure it was you and I wasn't tripping.
Yeah, I can't.
Early on when
Say that again. You can't see nothing. You on your phone though. Yeah. I'm not. Hey, Hotter, you must be in a bad signal area. Oh. Right, Carolina kid. But go ahead and keep playing. He'll probably jump back up.
This raid was just starting. As it stands right now, you've got plenty of these armored law enforcement still walking the property. You see them walking in pairs. A lot less of those weapons out, so they are less on the defensive as it would be. And you can see them just kind of making their way through that property. But I can tell you, every home that's on here, meaning there's 3 major homes. This one right here, there's a couple of officers still inside there. We know at least one officer is still inside here, so they're still standing guard. So that whatever it is that they're doing, this isn't over by any means, and I think this is probably just getting underway. They just want to make sure that all these buildings are secure, and if there is anybody on this property, that they are in custody before they actually start whatever it is that they're looking for. But again, as you mentioned, very well planned, very quickly executed, and of course a number of officers out here. I couldn't even venture to say how many of these armored officers that are on the property. You can see them right there, and this is just a small group. That was also one of the things. As soon as they made their way into that pedestrian gate, the first thing they did was open up all those doors on that Range Rover, and then made their way into this portion of the home, and that's that garage that we've been talking about. That garage door went up very quickly, and of all the people that we've seen come out of the building, that's where they all came from. They walked them out, put them in this little corner right here, and that's where they've been questioning them ever since.
Another ladder, as you were mentioning, a couple of ladders on site as part of this raid. I don't know what they're looking for or where they're trying to.
I think they're looking for them tapes, them recordings.
I've heard laptops being thrown around, hard drives. 17, go somewhere with a good signal. Where you usually be at when you go live?
Reach, but yeah, we did see somebody carrying a ladder, the second one on the property right now. It does seem like there are 3 different buildings on this property, the main mansion, and then 2 guest houses, for lack of better knowledge in terms of what they are exactly used for. But yes, 2 smaller type houses on the lot as well, and of course the pool right there in the middle with the grass lawn. So clearly, yeah, this is going to take time, and that is why probably there are so many personnel on site to go through everything and do the search that they are conducting. We, again, don't know a lot of information in terms of what evidence they're trying to collect, who they're looking for, or why they made the raid to begin with. But again, this could possibly be involving the sex trafficking investigation. And again, when we get more details, of course, we'll bring it to you. But this is going to be a while. You see the Department of Homeland Security officers right there in that Bearcat. You know, this could be phase 2 of what to do now, what they're searching for, and making sure they have all their information they need when they...
I was thinking that too. Cassie probably told them.
That's the TMZ link eternity.
And
like they looking for a server. Yeah, Carolina kid probably.
Yeah, and the dude, the producer dude. I'm pretty sure they probably questioning Gene Deal now too.
They conduct a raid like this and go through the process of going through.
Coming up, so he finna go to his chat because he's not in a place with a good signal.
That property, it is a big mansion indeed, owned by Bad Boy Films and one of Sean Combs's children. So again, this happening just about 20 minutes ago at this point. We do have video from earlier, if we could show you that, and we have been showing some of that to you in a bigger box.
Carolina kid.
As a juxtaposed to the live pictures you're seeing right now. But when they made entry, it was very methodical, and they did have many different law enforcement officials here as a unified operation, and a lot of them making sure that those entry points are secure and they're able to make entry all together with very, very little use of force. So clearly it is a process whenever you conduct a raid like this. So again, we do have Haley Winslow on the ground.
What Martin say on Bad Boys? I want Navy SEALs, the Coast Guard, fucking swimming ducks.
As well. She is pushed back to a certain perimeter, though, so they're very differing vantage points that we can see. But if we do look at the ground shot there, you see law enforcement on the ground there as well. Haley, anything changing where you're at right now?
Just a lot more people showing up on scene. It's been pretty hectic out here. Yeah, this all unfolded about 25 minutes ago, and I apologize that you couldn't hear me clearly earlier. It's very loud, especially we've got, of course, Sky Fox showing you all of this from overhead. But basically, it all started about 25 minutes ago. 30 or so law enforcement vehicles that were from the Department of Homeland Security, LASD, of course, LAPD assisting in this as well. And they pulled up to this home that's registered to Bad Boy Films, part of Bad Boy Entertainment, one of P. Diddy's companies, and the home's also registered to one of his daughters. So they basically all got out of the 3 Bearcats. They went in. They were obviously armed. They pulled a few people out, as Stu was telling you up in Sky Fox. But we're hearing that P. Diddy may not even be here. We, of course, haven't seen him. We understand he may have flown on a private jet to...
This the lady that busted it out when Cassie, they live now.
Coerced him to solicit prostitutes and pressured him to have sex with them. That's the most recent, but there have been several others. Can we go into those?
It went
and I
straight
just
to
want
the
to stipulate,
photo
we
gallery
don't know
eternity.
if that's all tied to what happened today, but it's important for the context.
Yes, definitely. And I think the first one that really made all the headlines was, of course, the lawsuit from Cassie, who was in a long-term relationship with Diddy for a number of years. And that was filed back late last year by a firm in New York City that has a lot of experience and success with lawsuits like this, Doug Wigder's firm, Wigder Law, LLC. And actually, of course, if we remember, how it went, the lawsuit settled so quickly. But soon after that lawsuit settled, Doug Wigder's firm filed a new lawsuit that is currently ongoing on behalf of an anonymous plaintiff. And those are two, I think, the most serious. We are definitely going to see litigation on these lawsuits from, lawyers in federal court who know what they're doing. I think those are the most serious lawsuits. But there's been, of course, other allegations. You mentioned the most recent one filed against him that I think took some people aback, especially lawyers who practice in federal court, were surprised at the tone and some of the things that were included in the complaint on that. But still, at its core, it was another very serious lawsuit against Diddy. So it was just a matter of, what kind of attention is this getting?
We're gonna flip back
has,
because I'm blind as a bat. It was right here.
Black excellence. All black everything. All black crew. The greatest pilots in the world.
You recorded it though?
Yes, sir. And we going south.
He's a fucking idiot. You recorded it? He's a goddamn dummy. This nigga recorded
in New York saying, yes, there's reason.
I just want to say, you a big dummy, diddler.
Right. I got money.
And we could just go down to the county courthouse and ask to see the search warrants. It doesn't work like that in federal court, but they must have some pretty lengthy affidavit that they've written for a judge supporting this search. And of course, that's where all the details on what's going on here. I mean, who prompted this? What are they looking at? And then really who are the individuals here? Who are the possible victims that we're looking at here?
Yeah, Megan, all along, Diddy has maintained his innocence and denied all of these allegations. He said in a statement in December, "I did not do any of the awful things being alleged." Now, Cassie accused him in her lawsuit. She alleged years of sexual abuse, including rape. She said he forced her to have sex with male prostitutes while he filmed them. Another of his accusers was a woman who said the rap producer raped her 2 decades ago when she was 17. So these are very serious allegations. Diddy has maintained he did none of this. And so hopefully we'll be hearing from...
Damn, he raped a 17-year-old girl?
20 years ago, yeah. You didn't catch that. 17. Yes, in the words of Cat Williams, Diddy likes to party, but you got to tell him no.
Words of So Genius, no Diddy. You know 58?
I was 17. X has now named him the Diddler.
You know 50 Cent had to chime in.
He did. He was dead on IG.
That nigga definitely had to chime in. I'm gonna put that on next.
He on there sipping. He just somewhere sipping on something, giggling his ass off.
Raided 2 of his mansions on separate sides of the country. That's a pretty good indication he's going to be involved in this in some capacity.
Yeah, I mean, he's definitely involved in some capacity, but it's also just a good reminder that there's just so much we don't know. And, kudos to the Associated Press, where I still always admire the lines that they include in any story about how so-and-so's lawyer, we don't know if so-and-so has a lawyer. That's a standard line you see in Associated Press article, because they strive to be fair. And I think that's a good reminder that all of this is just speculation right now. We don't know what this is, and he has not been charged with a crime. However, if you just look at what's been going on, all the background, the civil allegations against him.
You found it?
I mean, it's obviously connected to what we did.
That's why I said it.
Okay, pull this one back and put the other one up, or do we have to take it down?
No,
I don't know. Okay, cool.
50 had something to say. He ain't even let a whole day go by. That nigga
not even an hour in this case.
That nigga is petty. He ain't let a whole goddamn day go by.
50 Cent responds to Diddy's home being raided by federal agents. That's right, y'all. Y'all heard me correctly. Just when you thought things couldn't get any worse for Diddy, ladies and gentlemen, according to TMZ, moments ago, federal agents were seen outside of Diddy's home rounding everybody up. I mean, his kids and all, man. Not only did they raid the Miami crib, they also raided the one in the East Coast as well, man. Like I said, things just got even worse for Diddy. I mean, of course, everybody assumed Diddy would lay low until the talks calmed down, but listen, man, life comes at you fast, man. Like I said, this stuff done got so serious, you know.
That nigga should have hopped on that fucking jet the moment that second lawsuit came in. He should have known.
Your kids is in cuffs, man.
Russell
As
Simmons,
we all
man, fuck
know,
that.
things went left for Diddy the moment Cassie came forward with her lawsuit, accusing Diddy of all types of things, and got to the point where federal agents now have stepped in looking for Diddy, man. An investigation is still happening. And like I said, it's not looking
hold
good.
on.
Moments
I got
ago,
Diddy IG.
50 Cent responded on
50 is petty. You is petty. You is the petty king.
Hold on, look at what he said first. Hold on. Where
he said ran off and left the kids in the whole shit. He doing the race. Said fuck it.
Yeah, that's probably what he talking about in this video. So just go straight to it.
It's another one on here too.
Yeah, because that's probably what he talking about.
Now it's not Diddy do it, it's Diddy done. They don't come like that unless they got a case.
Right. The FBI don't take cases that they don't know that they're not
shit just got real. The feds and all the cribs, damn, they got the kids in cuffs.
This nigga's a dickhead.
Oh, that's the thing he posted right before that. But dang, that's all 50 done said though.
Yeah, he's a dickhead. Yeah, he the greatest troll of all fucking time. He is undefeated.
Carolina kid HSI came in like Batman to catch the diddler.
Do I diddy dum diddy do? Man, what's up with you?
Diddy done.
Right.
Shame. 50 is a troll among trolls.
Right. Go back to that live. Oh wait, what that say?
Oh, you what we've been reading over the last couple of months.
Who?
I don't know who it is, but 50 put it up.
Rico in 2024 is crazy. Getting hit with a Frico in 2024 is crazy. 9 times out of 10, I don't wish jail on nobody. I swear to God, I really don't. I don't have nothing against Diddy, his kids, nothing. I just gotta say it though. A Frico is wow. I never seen a Frico indictment.
A Frico.
For the feds to pull up and say, yo, you are too freaky for society. Come with me is unbelievably outrageous. And the fact, Diddy, you wasn't even at the crib, that let me know what it is. Like, you knew they was coming.
Yup. He knew they was coming. He should have got his black ass out the country.
Being too freaky for society is wild. Like, I know R. Kelly is like, see, and y'all getting hit with a Frico and
that is fucking great. That's R. Kelly like,
wait.
I think that if just given who he is, the international and then obviously interstate traveling that he does, I'd be
17 say where the hell is Puffy. So he got cut off at the airport. They done seized his phones. He probably out somewhere crying in a corner. In the US though. He in the US. Look, they came into one of the houses, I think the Miami one, by boat.
I mean, he had to know it was over.
They pulled Miami Vice out of retirement to go get Diddy.
He had to know. The media outlets were talking about it. The more the media talk about it, the more it gives it a push for the FBI and all to do something.
Diddy, just go ahead and hand yourself in.
Yeah. Yeah, Russell Simmons is probably watching this shit like, I told you, Diddy.
I told him to get over here to Bali.
Particularly, if you could stay with us after the break. We do want to chat with you up until the top of the hour. We'll see you in 2 minutes.
Sure. All right.
All right. Like I said, we'll see everyone in 2 minutes.
Snip on everything moving around.
I said, yo, real quick.
Hold on, let me go.
I said the same shit, man. I said the same shit. I want the Navy SEAL, the Coast Guard, the military, fucking swimming ducks. Yeah, swimming ducks on that nigga. Dog the bounty hunter.
All was said and done. Let's watch.
It's a sad day for this country when you have something like this. And remember the words, should have been started.
All of this when it comes to Diddy. She joins me. Megan, good to see you. I immediately thought of you when Sky Fox was over the home there in Holmby Hills of Diddy, and we were watching in real time HSI agents detain people, break in essentially to raid the home. They probably had warrants to conduct their search of this massive property. I mean, it's one of the most beautiful mansions I think I've ever seen in this very, very affluent area of Los Angeles. Little did we know, Megan, the very same thing was happening in real time at his home in Miami. How did we get here today, Megan?
Well, I mean, rich people getting their house raided by the cops, there always has to be something that led to that, right? Sure. And what we have here is some really serious allegations that were put forth in civil lawsuits. And I think the question that everyone has been waiting for over the months has been, is there a criminal investigation?
Last I heard, Bieber was in Canada. Still, that's where he from, Canada.
Justin Bieber?
Yeah.
You said Justin Bieber? Shit,
Justin Bieber. And so Genius said he was in hiding. I said, not as far as I know, he in Canada.
Investigation. You know, how much more serious is this going to get for Diddy? And this is our first solid confirmation that, yeah, this is extremely serious. This is a criminal investigation. And it looks like a very, very big criminal investigation just from the presence of the law enforcement officers. Of course, that has to do with the sheer size of the property. But I think we're only getting into the tip of the iceberg of a possible, of a definite major criminal investigation into Diddy that's really going to put all the lawsuits on hold and kind of put a spotlight on to what kind of criminal indictment could he eventually face from this.
You know, I found it so interesting because we have not heard here at Live Now or Fox from anyone associated with Diddy, his legal team, Diddy himself. We don't know where he is. I just want to make that point. But you see there the level and the scope of this raid. This was the same scene unfolding in Miami as well in real time.
About 2 weeks ago.
And so you see the amount of law enforcement.
Hold on, let me pause.
They brought kind of...
Yeah, Usher was over there in Bali. They wrote out "Welcome to Bali" in the water in rose petals, right? And then later he met up with Russell to go do... I don't know if he met up with Russell, but he was doing yoga.
Right. Everybody was talking about it. It was like, well, after
a lot
came out about Diddy, he went to go see Russell, and everybody was like, oh, there you go.
Somebody in the comments on the video say, lock that closet queen Diddy up. I can't.
Back up, and as you would in situations like this, but does that to you underscore the seriousness of the investigation of the situation, or is this just how they go about these things?
This is how they go about these things. They would, of course, say that the reason they go about these things is because it's such a serious situation. But I think this is pretty par for the course in terms of a federal raid. But it is so extraordinary to have this kind of law enforcement activity, federal law enforcement activity, at the home of an entertainer of such stature as Diddy. But, you know, like we were discussing, there's been so much spotlight on him over the last few months. And the big question that everyone's...
Say what?
He said, no, I was asking what you said.
Oh, I said, look at the ladder. Did you see it?
Yeah.
At first, he couldn't keep that bit propped open.
Made against him for a various number of...
Oh, somebody in the comments say Diddy snatched up his mama and her wigs and fled the scene like a bad boy.
Allegations and charges. Most due to sexual in nature, physical and emotional in nature. as well. So we kind of tied that into this. We don't want to directly link them, but I want to give you the context anyway. As far as we are concerned, we're going to be getting a little bit more on this from our friend, legal affairs journalist there in Los Angeles, Megan Cuniff, who has been following all of this when it comes to Diddy. She joins me. Megan, good to see you. I immediately thought of you when Sky Fox was over the home there in Holmby Hills of Diddy, and we were watching in real time HSI agents detain people.
He said, Diddy better hope all they do is a little C's. Get it?
I saw that.
All right, y'all, down to our last hour. Y'all want us to keep going longer than that. Y'all know what to do.
He was trying to go to some more.
Go ahead, sister.
Break in essentially to raid the home. They probably had warrants to conduct their search of this massive property. I mean, it's one of the most beautiful mansions I think I've ever seen in this very, very affluent area of Los Angeles. Little did we know, Megan, the very same thing was happening in real time at his home in Miami. How did we get here today, Megan?
I ate with y'all.
Well, I mean, rich people getting their house.
Diddy was trying to get to Cambodia for that breast milk. Oh, Ace is right. He can't win for losing, but it's goody for his ass. He been getting away with shit for too long, allegedly.
Right. Shit,
House traded by the cops. There always has to be something.
Say what?
I said all the shit that they said he been doing. Oh man.
Right.
Been in jail.
It led to that, right?
Sure.
And what we have here is some really serious allegations that were put forth in civil lawsuits. And I think the question that everyone has been waiting for over the months has been, is there a criminal investigation? You know, how much more serious is this going to get for Diddy? And this is our first solid confirmation that, yeah, this is extremely serious. This is a criminal investigation. And it looks...
Say what?
He said no more fight Usher over the Apple Jacks.
Man, Cuniff.
Diddy is pure. Yeah, I always knew. I never liked him since I was a kid. I never liked Diddy. Never ever. Him or Jay-Z. I always thought just something about him. Just something about him didn't sit right with me. Every doorknob.
See you.
Yeah, that's residual lube on it.
Waiting for over the months has been, is there a criminal investigation? You know, how much more serious is this going to get for Diddy? And this is our first solid confirmation that, yeah, this is extremely serious. This is a criminal investigation. And it looks like a very, very big criminal investigation just from the presence of the law enforcement officers. Of course, that has to do with the sheer size of the property. But I think we're only getting into the tip of the iceberg of a possible, of a definite major criminal investigation into Diddy that's really going to put all the lawsuits on hold and kind of put a spotlight onto what kind of criminal indictment could he eventually face from this.
You know, I found it so interesting because we have not heard here at Live Now or Fox from anyone associated with Diddy, his legal team, Diddy himself. We don't know where he is. I just want to make that point. But you see there the level and the scope of this raid. This was the same scene unfolding in Miami as well in real time. And so you see the amount of law enforcement. They brought kind of a lot of backup, and as you would in situations like this. But does that, to you, underscore the seriousness of the investigation of the situation, or is this just how they go about these things?
This is how they go about these things. They would, of course, say that the reason they go about these things is because it's such a serious situation.
He said, Carolina kid said, his kids tried to call, but didn't get an answer.
I can't with y'all.
That is crazy.
But I think this is pretty par for the course in terms of a federal raid. But it is so extraordinary to have this kind of law enforcement activity, federal law enforcement activity, at the home of an entertainer of such stature as Diddy. But, you know, like we were...
Alani told me to tell everybody, hey, and she's struggling and she don't like adulting.
Who?
Discussing, there's been so much spotlight on him over the last few months, and the big question that everyone's been wondering is there going to be a criminal investigation? How much criminal exposure is he facing here? And I think the question has been answered today, that it's a whole lot.
Yeah, you know, and I remember talking to you back then. This was what, late December maybe? And you had brought that up. You had brought up the fact that we were talking about the lawsuit brought by his former girlfriend, Cassie, the R&B singer-songwriter. And you were wondering whether or not this would eventually delve into criminal exposure, criminal culpability. Because up until now, Megan, and correct me if I'm wrong, all these lawsuits brought against Diddy in the past 3 or 4 months, they have been civil lawsuits. The most recent in February, a music producer filed a lawsuit alleging that Combs coerced.
I said they had to say it's karma for Biggie, Pac, Sean, Black Rob, I'll Be Sure, Kim Porter, Cassie, ... I'm pretty sure that list is long. That shit probably just as long as the Epstein list.
Carolina Kid, right?
Him to solicit prostitutes and pressured him to have sex with them. That's the most recent, but there have been several others. Can we go into those? And I just want to stipulate, we don't know if that's all tied to what happened today, but it's important for the context.
Yes, definitely. And I think the first one that really made all the headlines was, of course, the lawsuit from Cassie, who was in a long-term relationship with Diddy for a number of years. And that was filed back late last year by a firm in New York City that has a lot of experience and success with lawsuits like this, Doug Wigder's firm, Wigder Law, LLC. And actually, of course, if we remember how it went, the lawsuit settled so quickly. But
He said, I said, damn, that's crazy how they got his son like he did it.
They duck walking them backwards off the property and shit while Diddy getting access denied signs at the airport.
Take that.
Soon after that law.
Stop that motherfucking plane.
Okay.
Lawsuit settled, Doug Wigder's firm filed a new lawsuit that is currently ongoing on behalf of an anonymous plaintiff. And those are two, I think, the most serious, we are definitely going to see litigation on these lawsuits from, lawyers in federal court who know what they're doing. I think those are the most serious lawsuits. But there's been, of course, other allegations. You mentioned the most recent one filed against him that I think took some people aback, especially lawyers who practice in federal court, were surprised at the tone and some of the things that were included in the complaint on that. But still, at its core.
Let's think about this. They say Diddy strung out on prescription pills, right? He ain't gonna be able to get nothing right now because ain't nobody gonna want to fuck with him. Man, the feds just raided your house. Get the fuck away from me. That motherfucker be gigging this nigga on the street.
Unless he got paid doctors.
They ain't finna fuck with him, knowing the feds on his ass. Everybody is finna close up shop. Oop, time to go.
It was another very serious lawsuit against Diddy. So it was just a matter of, what kind of attention is this getting? And has anyone else talked to law enforcement? Is there?
He said everybody that stayed at Diddy party past 9 probably biting their nails right now.
Right.
He taking everybody with him.
I would not be surprised if he did something that can't be undone.
Right.
Not like I'm advocating for it. I'm just saying.
And did they say Usher mom was trying to sue him?
Yeah, something like that.
Any kind of cooperation with law enforcement going on. And I think what we're seeing right now today indicates that there had to have been some major investigation going on, because I think, as we all know, they did not just show up at Diddy's house and say, hey, would you mind if we searched the place? They had legal authority authority to go in there. And to get that, especially in federal court, the standard is very high for them to get a search warrant signed by a magistrate judge in the Southern District of New York saying, yes, there is lawful reason for you to go onto these private properties and seize these materials. Of course, it being a federal process, we don't have access to that search warrant. I was thinking back to when I worked in Spokane, Washington, and we could just go down to the county courthouse and ask to see the search warrants. It doesn't work like that in federal court. But
the trafficking charges are for underage individuals.
Yeah, they say raped a 17-year-old. And don't forget those pictures.
You can't say the R word, bro.
Raped.
Oh, okay.
Don't forget those pictures that the dude released of him with those underage girls.
Mm-hmm.
You're going to jail now.
Mm-hmm.
But they must have some pretty lengthy affidavit that they've written for.
I know a whole shit in his drawers right now.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, he is.
A judge supporting this search. And of course, that's where all the details on what's going on here. I mean, who prompted this? What are they looking at? And then really who are the individuals here? Who are the possible victims that we're looking at here?
Yeah, Megan, all along, Diddy has maintained his innocence and denied all of these allegations. He said in a statement in December, did not do any of the awful things being alleged. Now, Cassie accused him in her lawsuit. She alleged years of sexual abuse, including rape. She said he forced her to have sex with male prostitutes while he filmed them. Another of his accusers was a woman who said the rap producer raped her 2 decades ago when she was 17. So these are very serious allegations. Diddy has maintained your conversation up to the top of this hour here.
You're going to jail now. That's the only thing I can say. Right.
Of this massive property. I mean, it's one of the most beautiful mansions I think I've ever seen in this.
Mm-hmm.
Mary was the man.
She drunkenly two-stepping her ass out the scene.
Yep.
Ooh. He told the kids he was gonna get gas real quick.
Very affluent area of Los Angeles. Little did we know, Megan, the very same thing was happening in real time at his home in Miami. How did we get here today, Megan?
Well, I mean, rich people getting their house raided by the cops, there always has to be something that led to that, right? Sure. And what we have here is some really serious allegations that were put forth in civil trials. So I think everything that's been going on with this latest lawsuit that was filed against him by Little Rod, and Diddy had hired Sean Hawley, who's a well-known criminal defense attorney in L.A., and he'd hired an attorney in New York, Bobby. She actually used to defend Jalanke Maxwell. So he'd definitely been hiring some people with criminal defense experience, but I think he was really gearing up for, a big fight and also a big publicity fight. But I do think that this would
Diddy, Love Air private jet tracked amid raids down on Caribbean island. They raided, hold on. Diddy's homes were raided in the U.S. to kick off the week, but the guy's own private jet is miles away in a completely different nation, although it's unclear if he's aboard himself. TMZ has tracked Diddy's personal Love Air LLC jet, the well-known Black Gulfstream 5 that Diddy has flaunted and flown for years now. And it looks like the aircraft is currently on the ground in Antigua, which is down in the Caribbean. Based on the flight activity viewed by TMZ, Diddy's jet has been up and down California between Sunday and Monday, taking off from Sacramento Executive Airport Sunday evening around 5:30 Pacific time and landing at Palm Springs International Airport about an hour later. An hour after that, around 7:30 p.m. Pacific time, Diddy's jet took off from Palm Springs yet again and landed at Van Nuys Airport, which is in the Los Angeles area. About 30 minutes later, around 8 p.m., around 9 a.m. Pacific time, Monday, the jet took off from Van Nuys Airport and landed at some point in Antigua. The plane is currently grounded there, although the flight data has yet to update and register him as having officially landed. In any case, it's definitely Diddy's jet, no question. The only thing that remains unanswered is whether Diddy is on the plane. We don't have any evidence he is at this point, and we also don't know what's happening on the scene. But I read in one of these news articles that his phones got confiscated.
Oh wow. That. Whew, he might have.
It
So
ain't
then you
even
say they
over.
launched 2 flights. They did that.
As we reported, 2 of Diddy's.
I said he could have did that. He could have launched 2 flights, and they got the wrong jet.
Mm-hmm.
He over there
As we
sending my
reported,
recipes.
2 of Diddy's homes in LA and Miami were swarmed by federal law enforcement agencies Monday, and armed officials stormed the properties, taking some people into custody, including his sons, Justin and King. Unclear if any arrests took place. The raids are believed to have stemmed from accusations hurled at Diddy in multiple lawsuits, which have touched on alleged human and trafficking, among other claims, all of which he's vehemently denied. We've reached out to Diddy's rep and lawyers, and so far, no word back.
It's a damn shame, man.
Ain't it though?
I saw this shit coming a mile away. The second Cassie filed that lawsuit.
I don't think they let him fly out to Antigua. But if the pilot is from out there, then they gotta go back at some point. How else he gonna get home? Right?
Right.
I don't know.
I bet he wishes he looked over the prison clause. This blue contract.
Taking a pretty severe beating somewhere along the process before they appeared.
No.
You know, various people that they needed to talk to, interview.
And
a lot of South.
In New York. Now, the Associated Press confirming that was one of my questions. Where did this investigation stem from New York? Now, it's not clear what Combs was the target of the investigation. In a statement, HSI investigators said it, quote, executed law enforcement actions as part of an ongoing investigation with assistance from HSI Los Angeles, HSI Miami, and our local law enforcement partners. Now, as we have been reporting throughout the course of late last year, Diddy himself has been in hot water for various reasons. Many of these legal entanglements that he has found himself in stem from accusations and allegations women have made against him for a various number of allegations and charges, most due to sexual in nature, physical and emotional in nature as well. So we kind of tied that into this. We don't want to directly link them, but I want to give you the context anyway. As far as we are concerned, we're going to be getting a little bit more on this from our friend, legal affairs journalist there in Los Angeles, Megan Cuniff, who has been following all of this when it comes to Diddy. She joins me. Megan, good to see you. I immediately thought of you when Sky Fox was over the home there in Holmby Hills of Diddy, and we were watching in real time HSI agents detain people, break in essentially to raid the home. They probably had warrants to conduct their search of this massive property. I mean, it's one of the most beautiful mansions I think I've ever seen in this very, very affluent area of Los Angeles. Little did we know, Megan, the very same thing was happening in real time at his home in Miami. How did we get here today, Megan?
He is redemption.
Well, I mean, rich people getting their house raided by the cops, there always has to be something that led to that, right?
Sure.
And what we have here is some really serious allegations that were put forth in civil lawsuits. And I think the question that everyone has been...
Say what? Excuse me.
The word on the streets of Diddy is a superpower bottle. Oh yeah. The last half hour. Y'all want us to keep pushing it longer. Cash App, the PayPal, the Venmo. Go ahead.
Neither is the one in the wig man's it.
waiting for over the months has been, is there a criminal investigation? You know, how much more serious is this going to get for Diddy? And this is our first solid confirmation that, yeah, this is extremely serious. This is a criminal investigation, and it looks like a very, very big criminal investigation just from the presence of the law enforcement officers. Of course, that has to do with the sheer size of the property. But I think we're only getting into the tip of the iceberg of a possible, of a definite major criminal investigation into Diddy that's really going to put all the lawsuits on hold and kind of put a spotlight on to what kind of criminal indictment could he eventually face from this.
You know, I found it so interesting because we have not heard here at Live Now or Fox from anyone associated with Diddy, his legal team, Diddy himself. We don't know where he is. I just want to make that point. But you see there the level and the scope of this raid. This was the same scene unfolding in Miami as well in real time. And so you see the amount of law enforcement. They brought kind of a lot of backup, and as you would in situations like this. But does that, to you, underscore the seriousness of the investigation of the situation, or is this just how they go about these things?
This is how they go about these things. They would, of course, say that the reason they go about these things is because it's such a serious situation. But I think this is pretty par for the course in terms of a federal raid. But it is so extraordinary to have this kind of law enforcement activity, federal law enforcement activity, at the home of an entertainer of such stature as Diddy. But, you know, like we were discussing, there's been so much spotlight on him over the last few months. And the big question that everyone's been wondering is there going to be a criminal investigation? Is how much criminal exposure is he facing here? And I think the question has been answered today, that it's a whole lot.
Yeah, you know, and I remember talking to you back then. This was what, late December maybe? And you had brought that up. You had brought up the fact that we were talking about the lawsuit brought by his former girlfriend, Cassie, the R&B singer-songwriter. And you were wondering whether or not this would...
What's crazy?
He said Dave was 24 when he died. The woman he shot in the face in the club was 24, and the year is 2024.
You must have finally read Khalifa comment.
No, I see it.
Okay.
Would eventually delve into criminal exposure, criminal culpability, because up until now, Megan, and correct me if I'm wrong, all these lawsuits brought against Diddy in the past 3 or 4 months, they have been civil lawsuits. The most recent in February, a music producer filed a lawsuit alleging that Combs coerced him to solicit prostitutes and pressured him to have sex with them. That's the most recent, but there have been several others. Can we go into those? And I just want to stipulate, we don't know if that's all tied to what happened today, but it's important for the context.
Yes, definitely. And I think the first one that really made all the headlines was, of course, the lawsuit from Cassie, who was in a long-term relationship with Diddy for a number of years. And that was filed back late last year by a firm in New York City that has a lot of experience and success with lawsuits like this, Doug Wigder's firm, Wigder Law, LLC. And actually, of course, if we remember how it went, the lawsuit settled so quickly. But soon after that lawsuit settled, Doug Wigder's firm filed a new lawsuit that is currently ongoing on behalf of an anonymous plaintiff. And those are two, I think, the most serious, you know, we are definitely going to see litigation on these lawsuits.
They just repeating it now. Thought I was tripping. I ain't tripping. Hey, Marquise. Yes, Sodom and Gomorrah. I'm looking to see if there's anything new. Hold on, let me see what they saying across the pond. See, U.S. and Canada. Law enforcement.
Hold on. Feds raised home of Short Diddy Combs after 2022 shooting allegations. This ABC. Hold on. This ABC. Oops.
Dramatic situation happening as we speak in both LA and Miami Beach at the homes of Sean Diddy Combs. You know him as Diddy, formerly Puff Daddy, big-time rapper, big-time producer, big-time superstar, and now the feds at his houses in both locations. This is a live look right now. On the left, that's West Coast, that's LA. On the right, that's Miami Beach you're looking at. I want to show you in just the last couple of minutes in LA, agents holding what look to be guns as they walk into the home, as they enter the home, and you can see some of the apparatus there that they've brought. I want to get to Dana Griffin, who is following this for us now. Why is this happening? What do we know?
Hallie, still, as you mentioned, this is a developing story, so we're learning new details minute by minute. NBC News has confirmed that this is a raid being conducted by Homeland Security and that the warrant specifically came out of the Southern District of New York. Now, we believe this is tied to sex trafficking allegations. There's an investigation into claims that that the rapper may have been involved in this. So we believe this is connected to that. But obviously, what a split screen moment here to see investigations not only in Miami, but also Los Angeles, which shows that this was very coordinated and planned. And remember, when it comes to warrants, these aren't things that are just, done haphazardly. This had to be signed by a judge. So this was obviously very methodical. And this is a sprawling home here in California. This is located in the Holmby Hills area, a very wealthy area. That home that we can see from that sky cam is massive, sprawling, and we don't know exactly what they are looking for. It could be something as small as a USB drive, or it could be several boxes of documents that could prove his guilt or prove his innocence. So you mentioned those guns that we saw law enforcement carrying. It sounds like that's pretty routine because they're going into a home. It's a huge home. It's not secure. But from what we have seen on the ground and from local reports, that this was a very easy entry. There was no sort of violence or any sort of skirmish inside the home. So the weapons that you may have seen there are probably just cautionary. Again, this could take several hours considering that these are two separate homes in two different locations. So we're waiting to get more details, and we're still trying to figure out where exactly P. Diddy is located. No one has been able to confirm that at this hour. Hallie?
So that was going to be my other question, Dana, is where is he now? I mean, we don't know is the short answer, huh?
He could be anywhere, assuming that he's not here in Los Angeles, because we saw from that chopper video several people that were taken.
Where in the world is Carmen Sandiego?
Out of the home. Some appear to be in handcuffs, and that is customary when you're doing a raid. They want to check everyone out, make sure everyone who they say they are. We have not seen any images of P. Diddy, which shows that he may not be in his Miami or his Los Angeles home, but I'm sure over the next several minutes and hours, we will get more details. Hallie?
Dana, in just the last maybe 2 minutes as you were speaking, I want to say even 60 seconds. And again, this is breaking news. I'm going to give you a beat to look at your phone because we are getting in now a statement attributable to Homeland Security Investigations, HSI in New York. And in this statement, and I'm putting it up on screen because this is the first bit of sort of on-the-record information here, that HSI New York executed law enforcement actions as part of an ongoing investigation with assistance from HSI Los Angeles, HSI Miami, and our local law enforcement partners. We will provide further information as it becomes available. And that's key, Dana, as you know, because as we've been talking about, information is not something we have a lot of at this moment. Do we know if there's any news conference set, any kind of opportunity that we might get for our teams on the ground there to question some of these investigators, or is that still TBD?
That's still TBD. We've got a lot of our teams working to try to get that information. But as you can see, they put out a statement, but there was not a lot of details issued in that statement. So that tells us a lot of information of what they are keeping kind of closed-lipped at this point. So, again, we have no idea what they're bringing out. We may get a hint as we start seeing bags or boxes brought out as far as how much stuff they could be looking for. But when it comes to these sort of raids, they have to look for something very specific. They don't just go into a home and just take out any and everything that looks interesting. So there's
telling you, they looking for that security room.
Obviously something specific that they are looking for in both of these homes, and we may find out what that is.
They're looking for the door to the security room.
So obviously we'll be following this very closely.
Okay,
Hallie?
Dana, I'm going to let you back to the reporting that I know you and the teams out west are
That's
doing.
what
Thank you so much.
TMZ say, Valor. TMZ say they don't know if Diddy's on the plane or not, but it landed in Antigua. But then I saw earlier that he stopped in New York.
For the videos. What are you talking about, Marquise?
Following this, obviously, over the course of the next couple of hours here.
Thanks for watching. Stay updated about breaking news and top stories on the NBC News app or follow us on social media.
Goddamn.
SimilarWeb is a platform that helps you grow your website.
Hmm?
Oh, shit.
I'm trying to check on Reddit and see if there's anything, but so far, nothing. Nothing new anyway.
He sent it to you?
Huh? I said nothing
Homeland
new
Security
anyway.
Oh, I see it, Mark. He sent it to you?
I'm assuming that's what it is. I'm looking now. I don't know.
Program another meeting. Oh, with Diddy.
Investigations group. Combs has faced lawsuits on a number of issues. But according to court documents, he's been accused of rape, sex trafficking, and more. He has denied all the charges. Law enforcement sources confirm the raids are connected to investigations over sex trafficking. You can see what appears to be Diddy's two sons in handcuffs in the yards. This is from Los Angeles, from one of our helicopters there. That's Justin and King Combs. NewsNation national security contributor, former Los Angeles FBI agent Tracy Walders here. First, NewsNation entertainment reporter Sam Rubin with what we know right now. Sam, a scale of 1 to 10 in Los Angeles of the surprise meter, where does this rank?
Oh, I think this is a 9+. I think it's an extraordinary surprise. This is one of the most elite neighborhoods in all of Los Angeles, the Holmby Hills area, a street called Mapleton. And as you saw from that aerial footage, this is an extraordinary mansion. I am not a real estate expert, but this is a $50 million home and then some. So we always knew that P. Diddy did well. I don't think people were necessarily aware that he did this well, nor were aware to the extent of the trouble that he must clearly be in. You're seeing this extraordinary estate where neighbors are now telling the media, yes, this was the site of parties, likely debauched affairs. And that's what this all stems from. One lawsuit, there are 5 against P. Diddy as we're speaking.
Oh, he was saying that's what they was looking for, the videos. Man, he left the children there, said, fuck them kids.
I know, I peeped that. But, what did he say? They said something about him not knowing he was doing that good. What?
This is a $50 million home and then some. So we always knew.
Did he been $800 million deep? How many years?
Isn't owned by Diddy. That home is owned by Bad Boy Records.
Well, yeah, but they acting surprised though. The nigga been up 800 mil for the last decade or so.
That house is in the same neighborhood as the Playboy Mansion.
White man just said he didn't know he was rich. Yeah, that's what I'm saying. He basically just said I didn't know he was rich.
When he said he talking about him and that mouse in his pocket because everybody else knew.
Yeah, that's what I'm trying to say. This nigga been 800 mil deep for decades. What the fuck is this dude talking about?
Knew that P. Diddy did well. I don't think people were necessarily aware that he did this well, nor were aware to the extent of the trouble that he must clearly be in. You're seeing this extraordinary estate where neighbors are now telling the media, yes, this was the site of parties, likely debauched affairs. And that's what this all stems from. One lawsuit, there are 5 against P. Diddy as we're speaking right now. Again, he has denied these.
This is the most cowardly shit I have ever seen in my goddamn life.
Left the kids and tried to flee the country.
Yeah, that's crazy. Now I can see if he gave him a heads up and they volunteered. Even if they volunteered, I still would. What the fuck, bro?
They still young. He 50 something. Go sit in jail by your damn self, yo, nasty bastard.
Making a point to let us know how much money you have, right? Yeah, this is fucking crazy. All right, we down to our last 15 minutes, y'all. Y'all want to keep pushing this, John? Get the Cash App, the PayPal, the Venmo. All the information at the top of the screen. Well, in the top of my chat and at the bottom of the video.
Right, Valor.
Playing. Hold on, I ain't got my goddamn glasses on. That's why I'm
whole bitch.
Yeah. Oh, bitch.
Accusations, but one from a woman who recorded under the name of Cassie, Cassandra Ventura, was extraordinarily detailed and damning in her accusations of a 10-year relationship where she described effectively being terrorized in a variety of ways. And that may just be the tip of the debauched behavior iceberg. It seems pretty extraordinary to me that HSI would come in effect with military equipment and to simultaneously raid this extraordinary estate here in Los Angeles and another one in Miami that they apparently approached with both boats and vehicles. I mean, it looks like a scene out of a movie, except P. Diddy cast very probably reluctantly as the bad guy in what's certainly, at the very least, is extraordinarily damaging to his reputation.
Yeah, that would probably be the understatement. Sam, thank you very much.
Okay, so CNN just dropped the article 6 minutes ago, and it's related. The raid is related to an ongoing trafficking investigation. They just won't say who the target is right now, due to the sensitivity of the investigation or whatnot.
He said KBD had his hands in this one. Right?
KBD trying anything to get out of jail.
All right, we got 2 hours.
So genius.
Tracy Walder with us now. Tracy, I think what struck everybody was the fact.
Pause.
Fake.
This is the part right here. There had to be enough evidence for these federal agencies to move. This isn't just hearsay. They got some, and they're looking for some more.
Right. But don't this lady face look fake?
No, she just looks shiny.
Yeah, I
Hollywood use a lot of Botox shit.
Goddamn it, Mr. Niles, I've been saying this all goddamn night. Jay-Z, you better hop on the next fucking flight because they coming, nigga.
Bali gonna stop a lineman entrance if they all try to flee over there. Find your own island.
That's why I don't get why don't these niggas got private islands and shit?
Them things, you can't live on those indefinitely. You have to get everything shipped into you. And then what happens if they cut off the electricity and the plumbing and shit to the island, bruh?
True. Appreciate it, man.
Secure.
That the agents who were raiding these homes were wearing the HSI tags on the back of their bulletproof vests, that the SWAT team was there. How high up does it have to go? How far along in the investigation does it have to be to send SWAT teams to the home of a major celebrity on both coasts?
The short answer to that, Leland, is pretty high, although I'm not surprised that it was HSI who was there. Their prominent role is really to investigate transnational issues, particularly sex crimes and sex trafficking crimes. So it's not surprising at all that this raid was conducted by them. And it's not surprising at all also that this was simultaneous. Typically, if you have someone that has multiple residences, we even did this at the FBI, you have different teams stationed at different properties to go after them and raid them at the exact same time. So that way evidence can be preserved. So I really think by this point, and again, he is innocent until proven guilty, but there is a mountain probably of evidence against him.
Yeah, this is the end rather than the beginning of the investigation, I guess, as things would go. Sean Diddy, Puff Daddy, P. Diddy, net worth over $1 billion, Bad Boy Records.
Somehow this white man knew, though. Net worth over $1 billion, but the other white dude at the same goddamn station talking about, I didn't know he was this rich.
Because he don't pay attention.
Nah,
only the way he wants to.
I think it's because it's an old white dude and he was mad.
Okay, Maximum.
Man, this nigger got so much money.
Probably so, genius.
500 million records sold.
Why is he always caught up with fucked up people? This dude right here. He was
because he fucked up too, bro.
Mm-hmm.
Birds of a feather and all that.
We're taking all these black niggers down. We taking them all. He done sent the G.I. Joe on these.
38 platinum records as well. I guess, there's that old line, things you never get caught on your first time, drunk driving, cheating on your wife, and the like. The one person we haven't heard about or where he is P. Diddy himself. So how do they time these kinds of raids? Is it they want whoever the target is not to be at any of the homes and they have surveillance on him? What's that play look like?
So that's a really good question, actually, Leland. My guess is they may actually have him in custody, and we just may not see pictures of that because that was done quietly. Or he could be out of the country. It's hard to know. I don't know the various properties that he has, as you mentioned. He's worth $1 billion, so he may not physically be here. However, I think that they decided to conduct the raid, whether they got him or not, because I think there were probably lives at risk and trafficking that was going on, and it needed to stop because people were in imminent danger. Wow. That's why I think it doesn't necessarily matter. It will matter, obviously, in the end that he's caught, but I don't know that it matters right now, and I think that's probably why they decided to do it, sadly.
Thanks for watching. Go to joinnn.com to find News Nation on...
Well, everybody seemed to forget he got a lawsuit in the works with that liquor company. And Macy's dropped his Sean John line.
Who's
So
True Crime Network? 10 horrifying new allegations against P. Diddy.
Yeah, they pretty legit. They did they started up with the Chad and Lori Daybell investigation.
Oh, they got me right in front of that motherfucker. Damn, me. It's another one that I saw though. News Nation shorting to visuals. I want to hear something new. Let's hear the allegations. Fuck it. Wait, can I?
So, Cake just rolled out the
Is that Law and Crime?
Yeah.
It should be fine.
Law and Crime.
They usually don't strike nobody. I know I played one of theirs a couple of months ago. We didn't do nothing.
How about we just speed it up a little bit just in case?
Just make sure you keep the commentary. And they fine with it.
Speed up a little bit and shit.
Grateful and blessed.
We are breaking down all of the recent allegations.
Look at that face. It just I want to punch it. It's evil. Evil.
He looked like Sid off of Ice Age.
Good. I want to punch him in the face. I ain't gonna lie.
An evil Sid.
I got babies, bitch. And my mom was a victim. I want to fight. Fuck you, Diddy.
Against Sean P. Diddy Combs as he faces now several lawsuits, including a bombshell one dropped by a former producer accusing him of sexual assault and sex trafficking. Welcome to Sidebar, presented by Law and Crime. I'm Jesse Weber. So if you've been on social media recently or you've been perusing different news sites, you may have seen a lot about P. Diddy and these sexual misconduct allegations. There is a lot there, so we thought let's break it down for you as to what is actually going on. These are going to be the biggest accusations currently against P. Diddy. So P. Diddy, Puff Daddy, Diddy, real name Sean Combs, is of course a well-known music mogul, founder of Bad Boy Records, an influential producer, the founder of a clothing line, a singer and actor. Now you might recall that we previously reported on a huge lawsuit filed against Combs by his ex-girlfriend Cassandra Ventura back on November 16, 2023. At the time, Ventura alleged that Combs physically and sexually abused her, including forcing her into sexual slavery and sex trafficking. Some of the more alarming allegations in that federal lawsuit included Combs allegedly raping Ventura in her home after she tried to leave him, savagely beating her, resulting...
Oh my God, bro, you raped her?
Yeah.
He wanted to hit that one last time before she left.
When she tried to leave, yeah, and then he blew up Kid Cudi car.
You sick son of a... I can't believe this shit. I really can't.
I can see this stuff is not sinking in with y'all all at one time.
Oh, it is. It's come on, man. Me of all people, sis. I'm trying to.
I know. I'm saying. I said all of it isn't sinking in all at the same time. It takes a couple of repetitions with this stuff.
That's why I keep pausing it, and I'm trying to.
Now look, it's too much.
Because I imagine,
Excuse me.
It just brought up some repressed memories. That's what I'm gonna say. Memories that I forgot was there. Yeah, shit that I thought I forgot was there. He do got an addict face too. Yeah, let me
breathe for a minute. Go get
Bruises
something
and
to
burst
drink
lips,
if you need
forcing
to.
her to have sex with prostitutes on video while he watched and masturbated.
Sure?
Forced her to carry a gun.
I just thought I forgot all about that.
I know what I'm saying. If you need to walk it out for a minute, go right ahead.
Yeah, I'm cool.
Down music producer Suge Knight with a gun. Even she accused him of blowing up rapper Kid Cudi's car because he found out that Cudi was interested in Ventura. Yeah, it was wild. We covered it here. And she sued him under New York's Adult Survivors Act. That was a law that gave survivors of sexual assault a 1-year window to file lawsuits if their claims were otherwise time barred under the statute of limitations. Now, Ventura had told CBS at the time, quote, "After years in silence and darkness, I am finally ready to tell my story and to speak up on behalf of myself and for the benefit of other women who face violence and abuse in their relationships." With the expiration of New York's Adult Survivors Act fast approaching, it became clear that this was an opportunity to speak up about the trauma I have experienced and that I will be recovering from for the rest of my life. Now, just one day after filing this lawsuit in New York federal court, Combs and Ventura agreed to a settlement. Now, as with most settlements, it was confidential. We did not know the terms.
Really?
Ventura released the statement saying, quote, "I have decided to resolve this matter amicably on terms that I have some level of control. I want to thank my family, fans, and lawyers for their unwavering support." Combs released his own statement saying, quote, "We have decided to resolve this matter amicably. I wish Cassie and her family all the best. Love." Now, Ben Brafman, who is an attorney for Sean Combs, released a statement saying, quote, "Just so we're clear, a decision to settle a lawsuit, especially in 2023, is in no way an admission of wrongdoing. Mr. Combs' decision to settle the lawsuit does not in any way undermine his flat-out denial of the claims. He's happy they got to a mutual settlement and wishes Miss Ventura the best." But you have to imagine, in a way, although this came out and these allegations came out, this was a win for Combs in a way, right? Sure, really bad publicity, terrible allegations, but when you settle, it doesn't stay.
Batman villain ain't the word.
Huh?
You got, oh man. I said Batman villain ain't the word.
In the news, you don't go to trial. These details aren't revealed at a trial or even in pretrial discovery.
Oh my God, Diddy, if I ever get my hands on
This isn't like Johnny Depp, Amber Heard, where arguably one of the motivations for Johnny Depp to sue his ex-wife to take it to trial was to make sure all the evidence did come out because he wanted to prove that he did not abuse her and he wanted to rehabilitate his image. This after Heard had alluded.
This was the funniest fucking trial. I'm glad this came up because it's definitely just put my. This was the funniest fucking trial I ever seen in my life.
Yo, Johnny Depp versus Amber Heard. Johnny sitting up there bringing his fans pancakes in the morning, or what's it, waffles?
Yeah.
That she was a victim of domestic violence at his hands. This with Combs is very different. Definitely want to keep it quiet. But then what happens?
I didn't know whose side he was on. He just trolling.
Combs is hit with another lawsuit filed in New York. A woman named Joy Dickerson Neal claimed that Combs drugged and sexually assaulted her when she was in college back in 1991. She alleged Combs filmed the rape, shared the video with others as a form of revenge porn. Dickerson Neal claimed this severely affected her mental health and resulted in her leaving college. And like with Ventura, this lawsuit was filed pursuant to New York's Adult Survivors Act. But actually, this was filed in the Manhattan Supreme Court just one day before the window to sue closed.
That is a Hollywood tactic.
What?
They get something on you. They get something on you and yeah, they get something on you or they get you drunk and drug you and film you. And if you don't comply with what they want, that tape gets
He always been twisted, seemed like Darnell.
I always knew it was a reason why I hated Diddy. I know that look.
Are you sick of having issues with your webinars?
I know that face.
denied the allegations. In a statement from his spokesperson released to People, it said, quote, "This last-minute lawsuit is an example of how a well-intentioned law can be turned on its head. Ms. Dickerson's 32-year-old story is made up and not credible. Mr. Combs never assaulted her, and she implicates companies that did not exist. This is purely a money grab and nothing more." As far as we see, that lawsuit is still pending. But there is something to think about. Could these allegations be true? Yes, absolutely. Could the allegations against Ventura be true? Yes, absolutely. However, one of the reasons that we see celebrities and high-profile people decide to fight these cases and not settle is because they are concerned about the floodgates argument, right? If you settle with one person, you're going to have to settle with all of them. Now, we haven't seen a settlement in this case, but remember, this lawsuit came out after the Ventura settlement. Doesn't take away from the legitimacy of the claims, but just something to think about. But then what happens next, right?
My bad.
A third lawsuit comes out in New York. This time, an unidentified woman claims that Combs and singer-songwriter Aaron Hall raped her 30 years ago. Combs' spokesperson released another statement after this one, saying these are fabricated claims, falsely alleged.
Yeah, and Aaron Hall said, "Ask Diddy." He know. Didn't Aaron Hall say that?
Yo. And that lawsuit right there got pictures involved.
He said he gave him that gospel. He gave Orlando Brown that double twist McGick. He gave him that double twist McGick up. Oh yeah, shit. I'm playing.
Alleging misconduct from over 30 years ago and filed at the last minute. This is nothing but a money grab. Because of Mr. Combs' fame and success, he is an easy target for anonymous accusers who lie without conscience.
Pause it for a second, bro.
Financial benefit. It goes on.
Be too gay. I'm gonna go ahead and close 17 channel down since he can't get up here because he's just on his phone right now. Yeah, so if y'all still want to watch, y'all can come over to one of ours, Tripsy's Treehouse, Ramil Ma'at. But we gonna go ahead and close 17s down. If I get to the right screen. Yeah, I got control of his, just like hey Tony, I'm finna close it down. 17 should be in the chat.
It just pisses me off because everybody's getting their